Hello, I'm Christina from Scraps of Love, and today we're going to talk about glue. Well, wet glue. And where do I start? Well, let's start with Glossy Accents. Well, most people know Glossy Accents for doing clear little dots or drops like raindrops for embellishments. It's also a great adhesive. It's great for putting on bulky like buttons and other embellishments that have a little bit more, could fall off easily. So that's just one of my favorites. Like it'll go through the buttonholes and then it like kind of rounds over the top of the buttonholes, and then it holds that button on to your project a little better. So that's one reason why I would use Glossy Accents. Another fun one, for those odd projects, I like to use matte medium. One, I can use it as Mod Podge instead of, because I like the way when it dries matte and it doesn't leave like a sticky coating on top. It also is great for doing metal embellishments, gluing to paper, or I've done glass onto burlap, and it has held up for years. So that's another reason why I like matte medium. It doesn't leave that glossy shine if it gets out onto your project, so it'll dry and blends right into your paper if you're using it on paper. Then let's talk about PVA glues. I like all of these equally. I like that this one does not require a metal tip to get a fine line. They dry clear, but they dry a little glossy, so that if you were using it on your paper and it got out on the edges, it would leave a little bit of a shine. But I like it because it has a fine point on it and dries clear. Does not give you a lot of wiggle room, and it also dries flat, so it doesn't hold that shape. These are from Art Glitter Glue, and they are very similar. They also sell a additional tip that fits on top of their lids to get it a finer point. So they are a PVA or a bookbinding type glue, so they're safe for using in your scrapbooks or any of your card making projects. They also have one that dries white. So these dry clear, this one dries white. The white one I would use like if I was working with white glitter and like a snow scene, and I wanted like in windows on acetate, it would then keep that white snow look versus drying clear. Beacon is another glue manufacturer, adhesive manufacturer out there, and they do several types. They do a 3-in-1, the mixed media glue, and then a zip dry, plus countless others that are used in other crafting areas. So I like the mixed media glue. It's very similar to their 3-in-1. It's just that for some reason it costs a little less for us, so we figured we might as well save you some money also. It comes in this size bottle and a larger, 4 ounce and 8 ounces. It goes on clear and it dries clear. I think of it as a newfangled rubber cement, because it's a little more of a gel type feel to it when you put it on. It is great for all your work, all different projects. You can do cork and burlap. I would not necessarily use it on ribbon, because it does will come through a little bit, and you'll be able to still see it when it dries. Zip dry. This one gives you a little more wiggle room than zip dry. Zip dry is very similar to the 3-in-1 or the mixed media glue. It's just that it dries a lot faster. And both of these have a little bit more of a smell. So if you're sensitive to smells, I would not recommend either one of these. I have been using the Beacon's 3-in-1 or mixed media glue for over 10 years and have not had any issues with my projects falling apart. So that's why one of my favorite reasons to use that one. And then these are they're considered two-way glues. Basically, it goes on blue, and when it dries to clear, then it's removable. So if you were using it on an embellishment and you wanted to make sure it stayed down, not embellishment, I mean like a die cut, you would put the blue adhesive all over the back. While it's still blue, put it down on your project. Now when it dries, it's permanent. If you were to put it on the back of a embellishment, a die cut that you say you wanted to use for a stencil that you didn't want it to move until after you were done putting your adhesive, your like stencil paste or whatever on, you would wait until you would put it on the back side of it, wait till it went clear, and then it's like a temporary or repositionable adhesive. So this one is like their wider tip. They have several different other size tips. This one is a bullet, so it's a smaller pen. They same type of adhesive is in the Quickie glue pen, only this is a way fine tip. So for those really detailed die cuts, I like to use. And then Nuvo does the same type of glue, and they just have different size tips. So this one here looks like a ballpoint pen when you take the lid off. This one here is a chisel tip. So it's like a calligraphy type tip. So you could actually, this one works really great if you're doing your own cards and you want to do your handwriting and then put glitter down. It works fabulous for that. So these are just a few of our favorite choices of adhesives that we carry at Scraps of Love. Watch our future video on different types of dry or tape runner types adhesives. Thank you for watching.